Yes, my people, it is your boy VRD, and today is a very special day. It is Thursday, the 12th of September 2024. Today marks the release date of Train Sim World 5 Early Access. Unfortunately for you guys that have the standard edition, you'll have to wait an additional, is it 5 days or something? I'm not too sure. I think it's 5 days. So we're gonna jump straight into the class 390 Pendolino because what else would I be jumping into? Let's be so real. It's been a while, guys. I'm actually happy to be back. Nice long break. You know, I was running out of content ideas, so I thought let's just take a break from the videos and wait for Train Sim World 5 to come out. And I'm sure it's gonna be worth the wait. So we're gonna jump into the tutorial here. Can I just say that the music is actually serious? This is the most serious train sim music I've ever come across in my whole 11 years of playing train simulator. The Dovetail Games version. I've obviously been playing train sims from before that as well, but let's not get sidetracked here. So I'm gonna have to do the tutorial, unfortunately. Unlike other trains, I can't just jump straight into the driving experience because let's be honest, this is a big boy train, the class 390. There's a lot to drive in this thing. So I definitely need to hit the tutorial. I have driven this in open BVE, but it's a very simplified in open BVE. I feel like in Train Sim World it's gonna be a more realistic driving experience. So I definitely need to learn this thing. Class 390 introduction. Let's do this, man. Oh, this is exciting. I actually can't wait. Why is my controller vibrating? Oh, I need to go into the settings, don't I? Do you know what we'll do with this afterwards?
In this training module, you'll be taken through the
operations of the Pendolino Class 390 electric multiple unit. To begin, insert and set the master key to on. I'm reading the thing because I don't know if you guys can hear it too well. Right, so master key goes in. I really want to look around for the safety systems, but we're going to do it without the safety systems for now. I don't like the fact my controller is vibrating, but I'm going to do all that when I'm not recording. Hit the settings and whatnot. Right, master key on.
Set the headlights to indicate that this train
is operational. Are these the headlights here? That's the feedback. Not feedback. I can't remember the word for this, but where's the switch? Oh, I'm acting like there's not something on the screen telling me where the flipping switch is. Okay, markers, day running.
After setting the reverser, you will hear an alarm.
This is the tilt authorization and speed supervision alarm, a TAS. Okay, it disappeared from the screen too quickly.
This controls the direction of travel.
Set the reverser to forward. Normally it's neutral, but okay, we'll do what he's telling us to do. What's this? Acknowledge. Okay.
The tilt alarm will
sound for a second time. Acknowledge the alarm again. TAS uses communications between an onboard computer and trackside beacons to inform the train of the enhanced permissible speed, as well as disabling the system when not in speed supervised zones. Okay, so yeah, this train has when in speed supervised zones, the blue speed supervised light will illuminate and allow the train to drive at a something. When outside of the speed supervised zones, the blue light will not be illuminated and you will be restricted to the maximum permissible speed.
If you exceed the enhanced
permissible speed by more than 3.5 miles an hour, the TAS warning light will illuminate and an alarm will sound indicating that you must reduce your speed. The light will extinguish and the alarm will stop when you are below the enhanced permissible speed. Okay. At more than 6 miles an hour above the enhanced permissible speed, the TAS warning light will flash and a penalty brake application will be enforced. Fair enough. To stop the penalty brake application, you must reduce your speed and press the intervention reset button. Is that this here? Intervention reset. Okay. So I have to press that while setting up. Who's getting on here, man? Why are you making me open the doors like I'm some kid? Where's the door buttons anyway? Oh, these here. Fair enough. No, I'm joking. It is nice of them to show us everything. You know, they're being kind, telling us where the door buttons are. Look at them.
Close the doors before departure.
Close the doors before departure. Get that out of my face. I'm not using the D-pad. I like to use the cursor and actually press on the button. Thank you very much. Don't tell me to use the D-pad. Laziness. Right, so doors are closing. These are of course guard operated in real life. Actually, I think it would be train manager operated, because it's a fancy train company. They like to say, move the power handle into the power range to get moving. Is that it? Is that seriously it? I mean, we got GSMR. I'm not driving yet. Let's look around the train. Confirm deregister. Okay. Deregistering. Registration code. Okay, obviously we don't have a head code because this is on the fictional test track place. Let's just have a look around the cab quickly. My controller is vibrating for literally everything I'm doing and it's very irritating. I think I actually have to hit the settings extremely quickly just to turn that off, because that is gonna throw me off. General. I'm not gonna be able to find it, am I? I'll firm it because I don't want to deduct from the quality of the video, even though I can easily edit it out. But laziness, people, laziness. So I'm guessing this is the safety systems panel. Can I not hold on, I want to have a nice close look at this. Driver safety device, AWS. Yeah, so this is your standard safety systems panel. What's this here? Sander. Oh, we can isolate the sander. Let's not do that though, because I don't feel like going ice skating. MCB panel looks pretty standard. Okay, so what's this here? EP brake. We're definitely not touching that. I like the way that a lot of these switches and dials and buttons are, you can interact with them. That wasn't really the case in the past. In fact, I think you can interact with everything except the guards key switch. What's new? Should we get our safety systems in? Let's get our safety systems in with a real bad man. Real bad man drive with safety systems. We're not driving without safety systems like I'm some 3-year-old. Safety systems are on. Oh, okay. Let's go into neutral quickly as well. So this seems very... It's terrifyingly straightforward to set up. So reverse it into forward. I think someone said you have to, when you're setting up, you literally have to put the reverse it into forward, even though on most trains it goes into neutral. I think with this, when you're coming from the off position, you have to go into forward first. You can't go into neutral. I'm gonna test that out in my own time and see if that's actually the case, but yeah, I have to keep that in mind. There was something else. Oh yeah, I was going through the setup procedure. So forward, acknowledge that twice, acknowledge this, and you're more or less all set. And obviously do your headlights, open the doors, blah blah blah. Let's pop outside quickly and actually have a look at the train. There's no cab door on this, which is, I don't like the idea of having a cab without a cab door. It's a kind of, it feels very claustrophobic, but you know, it's not a big deal, I guess. Let me out, please. Thank you. I thought the door weren't gonna open for a sec. Look at this bad boy. Look at that. Guys, unfortunately, I have said this in some other videos, I'm not going to be driving around in the external view. That is something I don't like doing. It deducts from the realism. There are plenty of other YouTubers that do stuff like that, so feel free to have a look at their videos. But yeah, I'm going to be strictly driving from the cab, looking out of the windscreen as if I was an actual driver. So I'm just giving you guys a quick look at the exterior now on foot. It's a very nice looking train. This has been modeled really beautifully. I do think they looked, the Avanti livery is nice, but I think the Virgin livery was, as a child seeing the Virgin livery, I used to think, wow, that train looks serious, especially the way they had the doors had the diagonal black stripes on them. they were grey and they had diagonal black stripes. That was extremely intimidating. It just used to make me think that the train was dangerous and it was capable of traveling at mad speeds. Anyway, let's stop waffling. Return to the cab. Let's get that closed. What is this? Is this like is this the buffet area? What is this meant to be? I'm guessing this is like some sort of staff area or something. Use me. Crew locker, use me. Okay, yes, it's the staff area. So this is where everyone would group up and go through the meeting. Maybe have a look at the number of passengers planning to travel on this thing. I don't know. I don't know what the staff do. Yeah. Have a little look at the TMS. I don't think I'm going to be using the TMS a lot, so I'm not going to get too invested into it unless I make an ultimate guide on this train, which I do plan on doing at some point. But the ultimate guides are very stressful to make, and they end up not getting a lot of views, so it is hard it is hard to find the motivation to make them. Driver reminder plans there. Oh, this is an easy train to drive, man. I thought it was going to be complicated. This is very straightforward. I'm just sorry guys, I'm not really calling out what I'm doing, but I'm just looking around the cab just to get my bearings a bit, just to see what's what. So that is your standard brake cylinder gauge and main reservoir gauge. So that's interesting. Apparently we've got no braking force. Excuse me? Why does it say 0 bar? Why, what? Let's go into forward. Oh no, hold on. Okay, no, that's the brake gauge there. That appears to be the brake gauge because it's moving when I move the brake controller, so that would clearly mean that it's the braking gauge. What else would it be? I'm lost. I don't know what that red needle represents then. I thought that would be the brake gauge, but I'm guessing it's this. Who knows, man? Who knows? Right, is everybody ready? Yes, we are. Are we in forward? Are we in forward? Yes, we are in forward. Right. Does this have a hill start button as well? Yes, it does. Okay, so you have to push down. You have to push downwards on the handle to activate the hill start in this thing. That must be quite strange to do in real life. Alright, so we're going to do a cheeky little hill start. Let's take notch 1 of power. Releasing the hill start button and we're away. Notch 2. That air conditioning sound is quite irritating. I really wish I could turn that off somehow. I probably can, but I don't know what to do. I'm already driving. So we have to reach 75 miles an hour apparently. I'm in notch 2 at the moment, notch 2 of power. Does this have 4 notches? Yep, 4 notches. And I think it's got, how much braking steps does this thing have? Like 6 or 7. That's different. I like the sounds as well. The sounds, this train has a very unique sound. It's kind of like an air raid siren. You know the World War II air raid sirens? It reminds me of that kind of. But yeah, in OpenBVE, I remember how it sounds from OpenBVE. Yeah, so that is a bit nostalgic for me. We're at 75 miles an hour. Oh no, we're not. We're at 75 kmh. What is 75 miles an hour in kmh? That's about 110 maybe, 115. Oh no, it's not. I'm actually an idiot. It's probably around 1. Just acknowledging the driver vigilance device there. 75 miles an hour in kmh is probably about 1.7 something.
turn the power handle to the off position.
Wait, okay, no, I was right the first time.
Class 390
So,
was developed as part
guys,
of
I
a
just
plan
come
to
back
run
from
all
work. I'm
services
tired,
between
okay?
London and
Ignore me.
Glasgow.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Wait, he
Originally
said
just an
something.
8-car
Originally
formation,
just an
demand
8-car
meant that the Class
formation.
390s
Demand
now
meant the
appeared
Class
in 9
390s
and
now appear
11-car
in 9 and
formations,
11-car formations,
capable
capable
of
of
carrying
carrying
450
450
passengers.
passengers. I thought it would have been more than that. After 20 years and 300 million miles, Avanti's Class 390s have undergone a full refurbishment, preparing them for the future. Station 1 platform, 1.5 kilometers away. I don't like the fact it's in kilometers, that's going to throw me off quite a bit. But 1 kilometer is about 1.6. No, I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm going to be careful what I say here. How much is 1 kilometer in miles? I promise if I didn't just come back from work, I would have been able to figure this out straight away, but I actually have to think and use a lot of brain power. I like the tilt as well. The tilt is nice. Very, very nice. I'm still thinking about the flipping calculation. Oh, this is so embarrassing. And I need to think quickly because I'm sure we're getting closer to the station.
You're approaching the station.
At least he told me. He was kind enough to prompt me to slow down.
The power handle into the braking range.
I can't overshoot the station. Not on the not on the first video. Let's just be nice and careful. One kilometer in miles is probably about 0.6 miles, I think. I hope I'm right. I really hope I'm right. When we stop, I'm gonna Google it and see if I'm right. Is this the platform? Are those the platforms coming up? Yes, they are. How fast are we going? Why is it in kilometers? This is just throwing me off. Alright, I'm gonna have to imagine that I'm driving on southeastern high speed because that is in kilometers as well. And I don't want to be hitting the platform at about 50 kilometers an hour. We're currently doing 30 kilometers an hour, so we're well below that. So that is good. Let's just coast it for a bit. This thing actually slows down quite well. I just don't like the fact that it's in kilometers an hour because I can't. It's making it difficult for me to get the correct sense of movement, if that makes any sense. It's really awkward driving kilometers an hour when your brain's just used to miles an hour. You can't judge your speed properly. Brake step 2, brake step 1. I don't know why this thing has 6 steps of braking when brake step... I've literally only been using brake step 1 and 2 and they seem to be doing the job quite well. Let's come to a standing brake step 1. Okay, we're stopped. I said I was going to do something when I stopped and I can't remember. Oh yeah, the kilometers thing. Yes, 6 steps of braking. Alright, Google. In fact, no, you guys need to hear this for yourselves. Hey Siri. How much? How much? How much? I am not serious. How much is 1 kilometer in miles?
1 kilometer is 0.62 miles.
There you go. See, I knew it. I knew it. I just had a bit of a brain fart, guys. Forgive me. What are we doing? Unloading passengers. I'll be so honest. I don't need to do the tutorial anymore. I don't need to be doing this. I thought the train was going to be complicated to drive, but it's fairly straightforward. Let's go back to the main menu. If I can actually find out how to do that. How do I go back to the main menu? Options. Oh, there we are. Okay, cool. Oh dear me, this is a bit catastrophic. Right, I'm gonna quickly edit this down and load up a scenario. We're gonna drive from Euston to maybe Watford or something, just to, because why not? Right, my people, we're back. I've gone into the settings as well and I've changed a few things around, but I didn't do the vibration. I've just realized that now. I didn't turn off the vibration, which is the main thing I was actually complaining about. which is irritating, but it's too late now. I'm already recording. Driver, conductor, I would like to be a driver, please. Driver, Mr. Don't stop at all. I be no conductor, man. I don't see the point in that. Like I said, I think I said this in the last video that I made. No shade to people that enjoy the conductor mode, but it's just not my thing, and I think it's pointless. 1 Hotel 61 London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. So I think I'm only going to drive this as far as Watford, and then I'm going to end the video there. No, I'm not actually, because I want to take the 377/2 for a spin as well. Or should I do that separately? I'm going to do that separately, actually. So yeah, I will end the video when we get to Watford. I don't even know if this is scheduled to call out Watford, but we're going to stop there anyway. Let's have a look. No, straight to Milton Keynes. Okay. Have it your way. I'm still stopping at Watford. So DRA on. Let's do this properly. DRA on. I don't like the way I have to sit in this seat to access this. It's very irritating. Let's get our driver safety device. Oh my goodness, what happened there? Driver safety device switched to normal. AWS same. Vigilance into normal. There was one more, was there not? I guess there isn't. The TPWS switch, we're going to flip that to normal as well. For a while, a very long while, I actually thought that maybe I should adjust my grammar there. Let me not say for a while. For a long time, I thought that you didn't need to do this, but I'm starting to suspect that you actually do need to do this to get the TPWS active. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm just going to start doing that from now on to be safe. Is that my signal? What on earth is going on there? Is that meant to be my signal? I'm guessing it is. The red is probably for platform 4. Hopefully we'll soon find out. Unlock the doors. I'm such an idiot. I haven't even keyed on the train. I'm pressing the door open button. Guys, I haven't played this game in ages. Yeah, I think I haven't played this in over a month, so I'm gonna be a bit rusty. Anyway, let's insert our master key into forward, acknowledge the tilt alarm authorization thingy-mabob. AWS. Why hasn't the AWS done its self-test? Are you dumb, bro? What's going on? The AWS isolation switch is in the normal position, so I'm not sure why it hasn't done the AWS self-test. I'm gonna have to see if that's happened with other people as well. Yeah, that's very concerning. Let's get our doors open. We're gonna do a static brake test while we're here. Oh, hold on. Let's go into neutral quickly. No. Yeah, AWS is broken. We need to back out the RT3185. But right down the AWS is faulty. Anyway, how unfortunate. GSMR has already been set up. I don't know why. I wanted to do it myself. Take a man for some idiot out here. Headlight switch is here. Get that into the day. Running position. We'll do our static brake test now. So into forward. What is that noise? Anyway. So emergency. Brake step 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and off. Sorry, do you know what? Into the settings quickly. Sorry guys, this is a disaster, but I wanted to get the content out as soon as possible, so I'm not really organized or anything. I should have hit the settings first. General notifications. Notifications need to be on because you guys need to be able to see what I'm doing with the controls. Okay, so emergency 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and release. Okay, so the doors don't initiate an emergency brake application, which is good to know. Are we in forward? Yes, we are. Let's just test out our driver safety device. So that should scream at me, scream and cry. And after about 7 seconds, that needle should shoot up very slightly. Yep, it has done. So driver safety device is functioning correctly. We were due out of here 2 minutes ago, which isn't good. Let's quickly check our headlights. It's very annoying that I have to come all the way. Why are the doors not open? Oh no, this is the crew compartment, so this door wouldn't normally be open, but the other doors are open. Okay, makes sense. Headlights are being displayed correctly. I'm not a fan of the lighting. The lighting is atrocious. I hope they update that at some point. Why is Euston this bright as well? It reminds me of London Victoria on the Brighton main line. London Victoria in Train Sim World is way too bright. In real life, we're literally inside a building. There should be a lot more. It's as if the sun is shining on the platforms, but it's not. There should be a massive shadow, and all these lights in here should be where the light is coming from, so it wouldn't look like this. It would be a lot darker. Anyway. Ooh, okay. Okay. I need help. I need serious help. Sit our bum back in the seat. Let's get our doors closed because our passengers are going to complain and start claiming compensation from the company, which isn't good. Nobody likes losing money. Nobody. I pressed the wrong button. How embarrassing. Sensitivity is a bit high as well. I should probably turn that down, but we'll let it slide for now. So what is this? Selective, what does that say? Selective reclose. I haven't got a clue what that does. Right, it seems that we have a green signal, but we'll soon find out if that's the case. I am playing with the HUD as well, the speed limits, because as you can imagine, I don't know this route for the life of me. I think if I really tried, I could maybe possibly drive it HUD-less, because I have a rough idea of the speed limits, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to play it safe and drive with the HUD. I will learn this route and eventually be able to drive it HUD-less, but for now we do need the HUD, unfortunately. Into forward. Hill start button down. Release our brakes. Brake cylinder gauge is being held at whatever that is, 2 bar. Release the hill start button. Select 1 notch of power. And we're away. Do we have a line vault light here? We don't have a line vault light by the looks of it. I mean, clearly we do have one, but I just don't know where it is. Because I tried to take power and I didn't even make sure the pantograph was up or anything, so yeah, thankfully I didn't embarrass myself too much. Speed limit departing Euston Station is 25 miles per hour. There's a 350 coming in on the left. I am very excited to get my hands on the 350 as well, take that for a spin. I'm definitely going to do the 377 stroke 2, however, before that, and I have a very specific reason for that, but we'll get into that when I'm actually reviewing the 377 stroke 2. I want to see if they got something right. There's a very specific detail that I'm aware of that about the class 377 stroke 2, and I want to see if they got it right in the game. We are currently on an upward gradient. Oh yeah, of course it's uphill coming out of Euston. I think it's uphill all the way to Watford Junction if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there's a famous climb coming out of Euston that I can't remember the name of. And back in the day, apparently they had to use cables to drag the trains up the hill. I don't know how that works. I actually need to do some research on that because that sounds kind of interesting. So I'm just coasting at the moment. We're currently doing 20 miles an hour. Speed limit is still 25. We're going downhill at the moment very briefly, so hopefully the speed should start to roll up towards 25. Yep. Speed limit's now gone up to 30, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of power if I'm gonna up it to power notch 2, because we're about to be actually, nope, shut off the power. momentarily because we were about to break the speed limit. I need to remember this train is long as hell, so the gradient that I was on prior to the gradient I'm currently on will still have an impact on my ability to accelerate or slow down, so it's important to keep that in mind. I think this is the longest train I've driven in train sim mode. Tell a lie, so it's a 12 carriage technically. I've driven 12 carriage trains in this, but the carriages on the 390 are quite long, so an 11 carriage 390 might in theory be longer than a 12 carriage Electrostar, but who knows. Speed limit's 50. We need to do a running brake test. However, I don't know how a running brake test is performed in a train like this, and we're actually climbing quite a bit. I'm struggling to get the speed up. Let's get up to 30. It's my OCD showing here. I wanted it to be at 30 instead of 29 before I pulled off the running brake test. How immature. We're gonna give it 4 steps of brake. 4 please. And we're gonna observe our speed drop by 10 miles an hour. Speed came off extremely quickly because of the upward gradient. We're now going downhill, which caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that, but okay. Back into full power and accelerate towards 50 miles an hour. I think it goes up to 80 pretty soon. I can see a 55 coming up, but I'm sure after the 55 it goes up to 80, then 100, then 120, then 125 around Wembley Central. Who knows? We'll soon find out. It's a very heavy feeling train. The handling of this is very unique. This is something else, I can't lie. It's going to take me a while to get used to this. The javelin is quite responsive when you're applying power and braking and whatnot. I'm saying the javelin because I'm guessing that's the closest thing to this that I've ever driven in train sim world. Actually, no, the 801 is probably... Nah, the 801's a better comparison. Yeah, I think the 801 is probably... But even the 801's quite responsive as well, but compared to the Javelin, I'd say the 801 is a bit heavier. I'd say the handling of the 801 is the closest thing you'd get to this. So for anyone who hasn't driven this yet, think of the class 801 if you've driven an 801 before. That is more or less how this thing handles. Okay, speed limit's now going up to 80, so I was correct. I'm just waiting for, there we are, full length of the train to pass the speed board. We're now, I'm not sure of the name of the area that we're in. I'm guessing this is Kilburn. We're soon going to have the Watford DC lines join us on the right, if they haven't joined us already. Technically they have joined us already because the Watford DC lines come out of Euston, but you know what I mean. I think that's Kilburn High Road station on the right there. So the next station along the line should be Queen's Park. Platforms on the fast line at Queen's Park are now closed. However, these Watford DC line platforms and the Bakerloo line platforms are indeed open. Speed limit is also 100 miles an hour. 100 miles an hour now, but that is an enhanced permissible speed. So yeah, that's something else I need to take into configuration. Oh my goodness. Something else I need to take into consideration: the enhanced permissible speeds. Only 390s and I believe class 221s can travel at the enhanced permissible speed. That is basically shown as the... You have your normal speed board and you'll have another speed board underneath it with a yellow background. I was about to say background. So that is your enhanced permissible speed. So I have to learn. There's a whole lot that I need to learn on this. I definitely need to get to the note taking. So our current enhanced permissible speed is 100. It's now going up to 105. I barely made out that speed board that we just passed. This is going to be a nightmare. This is actually going to be a nightmare to learn. I can't even see the speed boards because of how fast we're going. No, but I do blame the lighting as well. What is this lighting? You guys have let me down with the lighting. It's seriously, it's ridiculous. Anyway, we're now coming through Willesden. Are we climbing? No, we're on level terrain. This train does not accelerate too well, you know. It's a very slow thing, slow and beefy arse train. It's like a tank. The speed limit is now 120. And I believe at Wembley Central it goes up to 125. And I promised I said that in my head before I actually looked at the track monitor in the corner there. To be honest, I'm not too focused on the track monitor because I'm not used to driving with it anyway. So I'm looking at my focus is really being centered on the thing in the top left, the piece of the HUD in the top left. That's what I'm looking at. I promise I didn't look at the track monitor just then. The 125 at Wembley Central was actually route knowledge, so I'm proud of myself. You know, you gotta always give yourself credit out here. Shut up, Kieran. Shut up, bro. You're just chatting bare nonsense. I apologize, guys. I actually apologize. Anyway, here we are flying through Wembley Central. Let's give them a nice tone. Why not? Speed is okay. We're climbing, so speed is actually falling off quite a bit. So let's get a bit of power back in there. I think there's a neutral section around here as well, if I'm not mistaken. There you go, more route knowledge for you. I swear there's a neutral section just north of Wembley Central. I'm looking out for that now. Yeah, there we are. Just about somehow managed to make out the neutral section board there. So let's shut off our power very quickly. I was trying to listen out for the circuit breaker going off, but I didn't hear it. But we should be clear of that by now. So let's get our power back in. Although we are at 123, so let's not give it too much power. That is Kenton Station on the left, I believe. It's weird coming along this part of the line so quickly because I'm used to driving on it on the Bakerloo line. Speaking of which, there's a 72 stop down there. Lovely train. That was the first train sim world route I ever drove on, the Bakerloo line, back in 2020 when it first got released. Oh, good times, man. Good times. This is Harrow and Wildstone Station. Why am I stuttering so much, man? We're at 125, so I've shut off the power, and yeah, it's just a constant climb up to Watford Junction. So I'm gonna keep jumping on and off of the power when the need to arises. Although actually, tell a lie, I do think there is a brief downhill section before Watford Junction, but I may be incorrect. I actually can't remember. I'm not sure what station that is on the left. Once it gets past Harrow and Roadstone, that is unfamiliar territory for me. So yeah, man. And guys, I will give this a more serious play. I will do the full journey up to Milton Keynes. I'll do it correctly and everything. This is just more of a first look kind of thing, just the first drive. This is literally my first time driving this, my first time ever playing Train Sim World 5, and I wanted to share the experience with you guys. So that explains why I'm a bit unprepared and all over the place. But come on, man, you guys must have found this video hilarious. I hope you did. And if you did, please, in fact, no, we'll save that for the end. I'll do my little typical outro. We should be slowing down by now. In fact, I'm gonna slow down. It just doesn't stop. I'm gonna slow down when we get to Bushy Station, which I think is coming up. No, it's not. So I'm just gonna coast it out from now, to be honest. Ooh, speed limit goes down to 110. Almost forgot about that. And again, I didn't realize that because of the track monitor. I promise on everything I love, that was route knowledge. That was route knowledge that kicked in there. So there's the 110 coming up, doing 105, so we're all good. So there's Bushy Station coming up now, so I'm gonna begin braking at Bushy Station. I think I'll give it a brake step 2 application. I'm gonna give it brake step 3 just to be safe. I'm not taking no chances because Watford Junction is literally right around this corner here. The Watford DC line dives off to the left over there, and then it curves around and comes back to meet us at Watford Junction. That passes through Watford High Street Station. I actually didn't know that. One time I went to Watford and I got the train to Watford Junction like an idiot when I could have, because I needed to go to Watford High Street, but I got the train to Watford Junction and I had to walk for like 20 minutes. In fact, I think it was a half an hour walk to go to Watford High Street because I wasn't aware of the fact that there's a train station right there. So it's kind of embarrassing. 42, 41, 40, 39, 38. There's the platform coming up there. So yeah, we're slowing down quite well. Yeah, Bushy Station seems like a really solid braking point. So if you guys are ever driving along here and you're stopping at Watford Junction, just get a brake step 2 or brake step 3 application in at Bushy Station. In fact, I'd say brake step 3 and then reduce down to brake step 2, but I actually don't know the correct driving technique for a train like this, so I'm not sure if there's any rules and regulations regarding initial brake applications and whatnot. How many carriages are we? H, I, J, K. J is J the 10th letter of the alphabet. We're about to fly off the end of the platform. Actually no, we're all right. We're all right. Okay, we're stopped at Watford Junction. Maximum braking, neutral. We have a door release on the left, even though we're not scheduled to stop here. So we're just gonna pretend that we're getting relieved by another driver now. So what would be the procedure for shutting this thing down? I guess we just go into off, remove the master key, and disable our safety systems. Guys, was the AWS working? I need to go back and watch and see if the AWS was working while I was driving along. I actually wasn't paying attention to that. But yeah, I'm praying there's no bug with the AWS or anything like that, because that will really irritate me. But I'm guessing it's just something that I did. So what were the switches? AWS, of course, driver safety device, and vigilance. There we are. That air conditioning sound is gonna drive me crazy. Thank goodness the video's ending, man. God, I just don't know for myself anymore. Alright, let me out, please. Let me out. Let me out. Thank you. And that, do you know what? Let's. Oh my goodness! I just had to stop too far forward. Oh man, what a disaster! What a disaster! Yeah, this ain't awkward at all. Me running to the other end of the train so I can do the outro. I mean, I could do the outro looking at the side of the train, but I want to have the face of such a beautiful unit in the outro. For the culture, man. For the culture. There we are. Oh my goodness. And that, my people, concludes this little first look of Train Sim World 5, and more specifically the class 390 Pendolino. I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Constructive feedback and criticism is more than welcome in the comment section below and is highly appreciated. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. I will catch you guys in the next one. Love.